So this is the fourth video in this series of testing David, see what he really knows about his book, and also just to obviously promote my book on future-proofing yourself. And I'm going to just flick through the pages, come up with some pages, and yeah, talk about them. So I don't know what's going to happen. And as I said in the last video, I think it's very important that we know our stuff and we're able to, off the cuff, talk quite confidently about what we feel that we have our expertise in. I went to a lovely conference for the Professional Speakers Association, which I'm a member of, and I'm slowly getting more involved in that area, which is going well. But I forget who I was actually presenting, which is very bad because I really should remember this. But he came out with a wonderful piece of advice for all speakers out there. And he said, just be really good at what you do. And I thought, well, yeah, that's the best advice I got from the whole conference. Just practice being really good at what you do, and it was really good advice. It's up there with the best advice I've heard people give in the past. The other wonderful piece of advice I once heard was at an athletics meeting that my daughter was running in. It was at the county championships, and there was this lovely mother. She just looked at her son, and she just held him in front of her, and just looked him in the eye and said, whatever his name was, they call him Ben. She said, Ben, forget what all your coaches just said. There's just one thing you do need to do to win this race. Just run really, really fast. And I just thought that was brilliant. Best advice I ever heard a parent give their son or their children. So going back to the PSA, yeah, be good at what you do. So I think we should be able to do this. So here goes. Let's see what page we come up with this time. Whee! Page 105, creativity and being inquisitive. Let's have a quick look at the notes. Ooh, yep, good, got that. I think it's really important that to future-proof ourselves, we've got to be inquisitive. We've got to show that we're interested, show that we care, get involved, ask brilliant questions. And it always reminds me of young children when, if you've got young children in your family, 6 or 7, and they're inquisitive, and why does that work? How does that do that? And da-da-da-da-da-da, and they're always asking these questions. And like all parents, I suppose, when my children are that age, because it does, and stop asking questions. But I think it's really important we should encourage it, and we should encourage ourselves continue to be inquisitive. And that just reminds me, I've just got to go and get something off the mantelpiece here. Just bear with me. Now, this is a traction engine. This is going to embarrass my son immensely. And I never had one of these when I was a child, and it's like most dads when they get children, buy them scare electrics for their first birthday and all sorts of things for their second birthday. They're totally inappropriate, but we love them. But when he was sort of, I don't know, he must have been about 10 or 11, and this is a Mamod traction engine. It's a real traction engine, and all he'd ever keep saying is, can I have a go? Can I have a go? That's his catchphrase when he was younger. He's very inquisitive. How does that do that? Can I have a go? What does that do if I do that? And I tried to sort of, show him how to use it properly. And this is the actual traction engine that he had. And I've always kept this because I do love this, but it's broken. And the reason it's broken is because my son Matt decided to have a go. He's very inquisitive, but he has learnt from this. If you take the back here, you used to put a little tablet in there, fire it up, and then it would ball the burner, and you could sort of play around with this, and it would whistle, and it would go along. But what he did, he put the capsule in there, lit it, but there wasn't enough water in the boiler, and it blew up. And you can actually see that it's all scarred and broken. And whilst he was being very inquisitive, the look on his face when I came back, just popping indoors and coming back onto the patio and realising that he'd blown this thing up. But I thought, can I be annoyed? Well, I was a bit annoyed because it was reasonable amounts of money, but at least he learnt the lesson, and he was being inquisitive. He was trying to do it for the best reasons. And I think that's really important in life. Things go wrong, things go right, but be inquisitive. Ask lots of questions, be interested in others, show that you're interested. People want to deal with you. The better questions you ask, the better conversations you have, the better discussions. People like that rather than just talking about yourself or just talking about the same old in some respects. So that's page 105, be inquisitive. Show that you're interested, ask lots of questions, understand how things work. And if you have got any young children in your family, embrace them being inquisitive and showing that they're interested. Keep it going, because you'd much prefer that than them stuck in their electronic devices playing games and things. And so that's the end of these 4-part series of David's book, Future Proof Yourself. And hopefully I've demonstrated the ability just to turn to any page in a book or the subject matter and just be able to talk confidently and comfortably about it off the cuff, which I think is a great skill to have. And also it's very important in terms of future-proofing yourself. Who knows when people are going to phone you up off the cuff and say, right, what can you do for us? It's similar to some of the other videos that I've done about selling yourself and having the confidence to talk positively about yourself. And we need to be positive and confident talking about our knowledge, our experiences and our skill sets. So if you ever do meet my son, remind him about his traction engine that he blew up, but he was being inquisitive, so I can't be that harsh on him. And it was quite a few years ago. I really ought to get over it. And perhaps I ought to buy myself my own traction engine now, because I do love them and they are wonderful things.